What's happening in AI right now, in 2026, feels like something straight out of science fiction. No, seriously. The lines between what we thought was possible and what is now a reality, well, they're blurring at a pretty staggering pace. So in this explainer, we're going to break down the unreal trends that are completely reshaping our world as we speak.
And this quote, it just hits the nail on the head, right? It really gets to the heart of what we're exploring here. The changes are so profound, so fast, that they almost feel unreal. We're going to dive into the biggest trends, from AI that literally walks among us to AI that can build entire worlds from scratch.
Okay, so our first major trend is maybe the most visible and honestly the most startling change. For decades, AI has basically been trapped behind our screens. Well, now it's stepping out. It's getting a physical body.
So what you're looking at here is a massive, fundamental shift. For years, AI was disembodied. A chatbot, a social media algorithm. But now, we're seeing the rise of physical AI, intelligence that can perceive, reason, and, this is the critical part, act in our world. We're going from AI that just generates images to AI that navigates entire cities.
So how is all this even possible? Well, the magic ingredient is something called a VLA model. VLA. That stands for Vision, Language, and Action. This is basically the brain that connects that digital intelligence to a physical body. It's what lets a robot see a messy table, understand a command like clean this up, and then actually execute all the physical actions needed to do it.
And look, this isn't some far-off dream. At tech shows like AWE 2026, this stuff is real, it's here. We're seeing household robots that can handle really delicate tasks, companion bots for the elderly that can detect falls, not to mention fleets of autonomous vehicles and drones that can navigate complex, totally unpredictable environments all on their own. The AI is literally stepping out of the screen and right into our lives.
AI isn't just getting a physical body, it's also getting a job. And I'm not talking about it being a simple tool. We're talking about a genuine autonomous coworker, and that's changing the entire way we interact with our digital world.
Just imagine this scenario for a second. Your flight gets canceled. Ugh. Instead of you juggling 10 different apps to fix it, you just give one simple command to your AI agent. Fix this. And this is what's so powerful. The agent doesn't just find a new flight. It books it, it automatically reschedules the meetings you're now going to miss, and it even orders you a meal at the airport because it anticipates your delay. See? It's a huge shift from just using apps to actually achieving outcomes.
And this whole idea is giving rise to what people are calling the agentic economy. It's all about moving away from us having to manage dozens of apps ourselves to just stating a goal and having a dynamic agent coordinate everything behind the scenes to make it happen. We're delegating outcomes, not just tasks, and that changes everything.
Now, this whole concept is scaling up to the corporate world in a huge way, with the rise of what are being called silicon-based workforces. So instead of managing individual people paid by the hour, companies are starting to manage teams of AI agents that get paid by the token, which is basically for each piece of output or computation they complete. It is a fundamental reimagining of what labor even is.
All right, now for our third trend. And honestly, this one might be the most mind-bending of them all. We've seen AI get a body. We've seen it get a job. Now we're seeing AI become a creator. And I don't mean just an assistant to a creator. I mean the creator itself.
This all leads to a question that just a few years ago would have sounded like pure fantasy. Can an AI build a complex, AAA quality video game completely by itself? Incredibly, the answer seems to be leaning towards yes.
So check this out. There are systems like AutoUE, and this isn't just a single AI. It's more like a whole team of specialized agents, all designed to work with a game engine like Unreal. You've got different agents handling different parts of the whole process. One pulls 3D models from a library, another generates these huge landscapes, another one writes the actual gameplay code, and a fourth agent even tests the game for bugs. The idea that creativity at this scale can be automated, it's challenging our most basic ideas about it.
So, we've got robots walking around, autonomous agents running our lives, and AIs building entire virtual worlds. It all sounds pretty fantastical. But there is one massive, very real, physical constraint that underpins all of it.
175%. Let that sink in. According to Goldman Sachs, that is the predicted increase in power consumption from data centers by 2030. All of this incredible AI computation requires a truly colossal amount of electricity, This has created a brand new bottleneck for the entire industry, something experts are now calling the gigawatt ceiling. For the first time, maybe ever, the biggest limitation on the growth of AI isn't a lack of brilliant ideas or a lack of investment money, it's a lack of raw, physical access to the electrical grid.
This chart just puts that staggering growth into perspective. To meet this kind of demand, AI companies are being forced to think like utility providers. Seriously, they're striking deals for gas turbine plants and even exploring nuclear-powered data centers. The future of digital intelligence is literally becoming a race for physical power. And this quote just puts it perfectly. We're facing this paradox. The most advanced, most seemingly ethereal technology humanity has ever created is completely tethered to the raw, physical flow of electrons through a wire. The future of AI is built on the electrical grid. It's as simple as that.
So we've taken this journey through the unreal reality of 2026. We've seen intelligence that is embodied in robots, autonomous in our digital lives, and creative enough to build entire worlds. It challenges our fundamental assumptions about everything, and it leaves us with one last, really provocative question to think about. In a world where AI can do all of this, what then is our role? What does it truly mean to be human?